So we are focus on the corporation. So the corporation, because the corporation, it said that the corporation have the unlimited number of shareholders. So for example of the corporation, example of the corporation is wealth established company and then be listed in the Bursa Malaysia. Contohnya macam KLK Kepong, WCT, KPJ, Samdabi and so on. That is the corporation, and you know that everybody can become the shareholder for the company. So how to become the shareholder for the company? By purchasing the company share. Okay, so even you as a student, kalau if you have the excess cash, you boleh beli saham company tu dekat Bursa Malaysia. So indirectly we can say that you are a part from the shareholder for the company. That's why for this subject we are not discuss about these two, sole proprietorship and partnership. Kita cuma discuss pasal the corporation. Okay. So the corporation can borrow money and own property, can sue and be sued, and can enter into the contract. The corporation can borrow money. So this is we're talking about corporation. This when we talk about the group of shareholders, shareholder ni, this is in terms of the company equity. Okay, and then borrow money. This is about financing through debt. Okay, so for the corporation, it compromise about the debt and equity. How the company will manage, banyak mana company nak pakai debt, banyak mana company nak pakai equity. As compared with the sole proprietorship and partnership. For the sole proprietorship, dia cuma consist with the one owner. So all the equity ataupun the capital cuma kepada satu owner sahaja. Okay, so now we go deeper in what it mean by corporate finance. So the corporate finance, this is the corporate finance area of finance dealing with monetary decision that business enterprise make and the tools the analysis use to make this decision. So it is mentioned about the decision, dealing with monetary decision. So what it mean by monetary decision? What kind of decision that the company should take? Okay, so there are several questions that that frequently been asked in the corporate finance. So again, what it mean by the corporate finance? Corporate finance is about all the managing fund regarding with the monetary decision. So number one important question that been used in the finance, managing finance. Number one is what long-term investment should the firm take on? What long-term investment should the firm take on? So in finance, when we talk about investment is not only we buy share. Okay, bukannya kita beli saham sesebuah syarikat sahaja that we call it as investment. But buying an asset, okay, buying an asset also considered as investment. So again, when we talk about investment, this involve with the purchase asset. Okay, another one investment yang ni yang you selalu dengar dengan company tu akan buying share saham sebuah syarikat. So what long term investment in the purchasing of asset? Example of purchase asset, let's say the company needs to buy a new machine. Okay, to buy a new machine that the cost of the machine adalah 2 million. So before company can make decision whether company need to buy or need to replace the old machine or the new one, company kena evaluate dulu whether it is a must or whether it is worth for the company to replace the old machine to the new one. And then it is worth for the company to buy that machine with the cost of 2 million ringgit. Okay, so all of these decision whether company want to buy or not to buy, ini yang kita panggil sebagai capital budgeting. So in the capital budgeting, if you remember last semester in the at corporate finance FIN544 pun, you did learn about capital budgeting kan? You ingat tak? Nak beli mesin A ke mesin B? How to make decision, how to evaluate is based on net present value, internal rate of return, discounted payback. Benda tu ada dah, you dah belajar. Okay, so yang ni what long term investment should the firm take on? So yang ini that decision whether want to replace the new machine or whether to choose machine A or machine B, it rely in the capital budgeting. Okay, so the capital budgeting you akan belajar dalam chapter 5, 6, 7 dan 8. Okay, 5, 6, 7 dan 8. Okay, capital budgeting decision. It is regarding about the cash flow of the machine nanti. Okay, and then the second question, after you make a decision, okay, let's say lah, the machine is not, katalah 200 million. Okay, the machine cost of 200 million. So after you make a capital budgeting, you had evaluate and then you come out that the company should buy the machine with cost of 200 million. Okay, sebab apa? NPV positif. Internal rate of return pun higher than your required rate of return. Profitability index pun positif. So, you need to buy the machine with cost of 200 million. Then, it will come up with the second question. Okay, so the next question is how your company will get this 200 million? Nak dapatkan 200 juta ni daripada mana? Okay, so in order to get this 200 million, your company will make a decision whether you should finance through debt or through equity. If the through debt, ni yang kita kata company will issue bond. Through the equity, the company should make decision whether you nak issue preferred stock ataupun nak issue common stock. Okay, so the decision whether you want to issue debt or equity or you want to combine in order to get 200 million, nak dapatkan 200 million ni, you make decision debt you akan pakai 5 million. Equity pula you akan pakai 15 million. Okay, ini keputusan ni semua, bila keputusan ni semua yang kita panggil dia sebagai capital structure. And then the capital structure, it involved with the cost of capital. Ni lah, bila debt, equity, banyak mana nak pakai, ni yang dulu you ada belajar, WACC, weightage average cost of capital. Okay, benda ni kita sebenarnya you dah belajar dalam last semester, kita cuma recap sahaja. Okay, but the element of corporate finance basic idea is that lah, okay, we are talking about the capital budgeting. Nak beli ke tak nak beli? Okay, and then nak beli atas decision apa yang you kata you nak beli? Okay, because of NPV positive, something like that. And then capital structure, okay, we make decision to buy that machine. Cost of machine 200 million. Kita akan pakai debt ke akan pakai equity? Nak pakai debt banyak mana? Nak pakai equity banyak mana? Okay, so that question is under capital structure. So the capital structure, you will learn in chapter 3 and chapter 4. Okay, under capital budgeting, this is regarding cash flow. Ini dalam chapter 5 sampailah chapter 5, 6, 7, 8. Chapter 8. Okay. The last one is about how we manage the everyday financial activities of the firm. So financial activities of the firm, this is about managing the working capital management. Okay. So how will we manage the everyday financial activities of the firm? So this is about manage working capital management. This is involved with the cash conversion cycle and then the inventory management and so on. So basic general idea, this one we will not cover dalam kita punya FIN544. Okay. So to recap, when we talk about corporate finance, the corporate finance is the element considering about capital budgeting, capital structure and working capital management. 3 benda ni je corporate finance. Okay. So soalannya adalah, who will manage all of these activities? Siapa yang nak buat decision to evaluate in the terms of capital budgeting? Who will manage, who will conduct decision whether to finance the budget with the debt or equity, which is rely on the capital structure? Who will do these activities? Definitely fund manager. Okay. So so far yang ni you boleh faham ke?